April 2023 is in the books and the numbers are hot off the press. This is your Temecula Valley real estate market update for May 2023. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. This is Scott with Active Realty and the Janung team, and I am back with another market update. Not only in terms of the housing market, but when you take a look at the US economy right now, there's a lot of uncertainty, and so I think it's really important to let the numbers tell the story. So I really want to take a moment and focus on those numbers to tell us a story about what's happening exactly within our local market. Let's kick things off by first looking at the median sales price for Temecula, Murrieta, and Menifee. As of the end of the month, Temecula was sitting at $705,000, Murrieta at $647,500, and Menifee at $564,000. There wasn't a major change in median sales price month over month in Temecula and Murrieta. However, a 6% increase in median sales price in Menifee is something to take note of. I always like to refer back to 2022 when talking about median sales prices because this is where prices really peaked out during the strong seller's market before the rates started to go up. So you can see that median sales price is down about 9% in Temecula and Murrieta and just over 5% in Menifee since the peak last year. The hot topic last month was the ever-decreasing inventory in our area, and that has unfortunately continued going into April 2023. There were 100 new listings in Temecula, 112 in Murrieta, and 131 in Menifee, so inventory decreased yet again across the board, across all three cities from March to April 2023. The more concerning figures to look at, though, are when we compare last year's inventory to this year's inventory. There are about half as many homes in all three cities this year as there were last year. I mentioned last month that since inventory is low and buyer demand is typically up going into spring and summer, that this could create scenarios where there are multiple offers on properties. Let's look at the numbers to see if that's actually happening. Starting first with days on market, what I mean by this is how many days a listing is on the market before going under contract. In Temecula, that average number was 13, Murrieta 17, and Menifee 19. When you compare the total days on market from April to just 2 months ago in February, homes are staying on the market for about half as long as they were just 2 months ago. So just like in the month of March, we can see that the homes are staying on the market for far fewer days, but does this necessarily mean that there are more buyers out and about? To determine if there was truly more buyer activity, I decided to take a look at the stats surrounding how many homes actually sold for over asking price, indicating perhaps a multiple offer scenario. Looking at the data, we can see that in Temecula, 41% of all single-family homes sold for over asking price in April, whereas that number was only 29% in February. It was 47% in Murrieta, 22% in February, and then in Menifee, 41% in April, 28% in February. So this data answers the question for us. Yes, there are more buyers out right now. Yes, there are fewer houses available. Therefore, more properties are going for over asking price, being put into potential multiple offer scenarios. So what are the key takeaways from all this data I've just presented to you? 1, median sales prices are still relatively stable, and that correlates well with the relatively stable mortgage rates we're seeing right now. In January, those rates were at 6.39%. As of today, the national average is 6.58%. The second takeaway, of course, is that inventory is still significantly down month over month and year over year. There are simply fewer houses available now than there have been in a really long time. And the final takeaway is that buyer demand is up going into spring and summer. The evidence for this is looking at the total days on market decreasing in the last few months and an increase in the total number of properties that are now selling for over asking price. As we head into summer, I'm going to keep my eye on the inventory, which I believe is going to have the greatest impact on our local market. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to never miss a market update. I put out videos every week tracking the median sales price across all of these cities. And that's going to wrap up this week's video. I'll be back next week with another neighborhood tour. In the meantime, I hope you all have a really great weekend. We'll see you next time.